way up. Come on, let's have it. Alright, Mashter's rambling, whoa, whoa. Mashter's rambling, whoa, whoa. Mashter's rambling, stuff to see and songs to sing, whoa. Alright.
Ho, ho, ho. The hell. Good smoke. Anyway. Now then, Ramblers, how are you doing? Special today, I told you, if you follow the channel, a couple of specials this week, the first of. So, it is Master Chef o'clock. Remember, t'other one, we went to South Ferriby Beach. Well, today, I will be mostly local. Yeah, we're going. Me and cameraman, we're off somewhere urban. It's urban. It's historical. It's a bit scuzzy, it has to be said. There's one or two bits of debris around of possible partaking of recreational enhancers, if you know what I mean. Yeah, there's the odd spoon that's burnt, maybe a bit of a needle. I don't know. You never know with this place. Anyway, it is within Scunthorpe. I will tell you all about it on where when we get there. All right, so strap in. This is going to be a good one because it's a proper challenge with regards to which dish I am going to create. Yeah, my food alchemy. Which way's the camera? Oh, there. Hey, right, we're parked up. I said it was going to be urban, didn't I? Yeah, because today, Master Chef will be rustling up some food alchemy underneath Rowland Road Bridge. Oh, yeah. So for those of you who are not blessed enough to come from Scunthorpe, it's a very famous bridge with an old railway line which is now disused since 1990s, very early. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't know why. I'm always drawn to places where you might get the odd junkie. But anyway, it's brilliant. Look. It's a bridge that you will have gone over 1,000 times and never seen what's underneath it. And then straight behind is the Steelworks, which I will come to in a little while. Because the Steelworks is the inspiration of today's dish. Yeah, anyway, more of that in a sec. Crack on. Oh, look. If you remember about last September, October, that is the apple tree where I come and got my produce for the Steelworks chutney. And it looks like it's been a bit of a den. Oh, look at that. They've barely been used. Certainly abused, but barely used. Anyway, it's not about the den today. This is the old railway track. And we're heading down there. Yeah, I might take them knickers home for our lass. Soon be Christmas. Come on. Hello. So, here's an area I prepared earlier. Notice we've put bricks round it. We've evened it up, because the last thing you want when you've got a great pan on the boil is a little bit of unevenness. So, what we're going to do, I'm just going to get the stove out and get 1 or 2 ingredients, run down the list, tell you all about it. Back in a mojo. Right. Whew, it's a bit sticky. So before I talk you through the ingredients, because I've got a bad back, I'm not going to mention it. We need a chair. There's a chair over there, but it ain't got a seat on. Perfect. You know what I mean? Because what you do, you work smart, not hard. Come on. Bloody perfect. Oh, it's like a workout, isn't it? So what you cooking today, Mash? I'll tell you. Now, bearing in mind the location I'm in, the Steelworks, 20 yards away. This was the railway line that used to service. Do you know what it used to take? You're not going to believe it. Come here, I'll tell you. Come here. Here, come here. This railway line was mainly used for slag. Truck after truck after truck. Rail cars full of slag, full of slag, yeah. Anyway, so, just what you need, helicopter. Anyway, so what I've done is, I've written down Scunthorpe Steelworks, yeah? And I've had to come up with a recipe that contains every letter of those 2 words, and at the end, BSC, which in its heyday, it was BSC. So Scunthorpe Steelworks, BSC. Here are your ingredients. Shiitake mushrooms from Japan. Chorizo from Spain. The letter U was a bit of a toughie, so I've gone for under the bridge. Yeah. The letter N, Nutella, from Italy. Who knew? H, Halkidiki sourdough, to dip in it later, and that's from Greece. The letter O, we're going for oregano. Yeah, for my American viewers. For anybody else who's normal and not simple, oregano. The letter R, red wine. Now, importantly, it is the only alcohol today. Normally, I like a bit of a slurp while I'm cooking, but I can't because I'm on the antibiotics. More of that later. P, Parmigiano from Italy. E, bit of a toughie. I couldn't chuck eggs in it because it'd just fucking ruin it. So I've gone for evaporated milk. It'll work, trust me. S, smoked paprika. T, thyme. E, extra virgin olive oil. Another E, English mustard. The letter L, lime pickle. Well, I've sort of cheated a bit because I thought it's going to be a bit too sweet. So I've gone for lime. I've gone for lemon juice. Yeah, not lime, I've gone for lemon juice. The letter W, a Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire. The letter O, simples, onions. R, rosemary. K, kidney beans. Can you guess what it is yet? And the letter S, steak mince. Now, all of those ingredients kind of make up a chili con carne, which is pretty much what we're going to do, but it's going to be a chili con barmy. You know what I mean? Because it might taste like shit, because it's missing some very important ingredients, such as garlic, BSC, beef stock, salt, chilies. Alrighty? So they're your ingredients. Let's do that. That's all you need for now. And that's enough clucking. Let's get cooking. We're just frying off the chorizo and the onions, just to get it a base layer. Because I haven't put a lot of oil in, because that chorizo has shitloads of natural oil in it. And it is absolutely full of flavour. Yeah. I told you I'm on antibiotics. I'll tell you all about it in a bit. So I'm not really supposed to have any drink. But you've got to have some red wine in. We'll save a bit. Decent. Homemade tomatoes, homemade, homegrown, and we're just having them chopped roughly. I want a little bit of rustic robustness going on, to be honest. I don't want it all sort of sloppy, so just an eighth will do. Eighth, quarter. I tell you what, this fucking thing I bought, I know why it was £4.99 now. I've only had one cook with it. And it's absolutely fucking James Blunt. Alright. Pop that down there. Get that lid off, and let's get the Toms in. The Tommy Reds. Oh, you bastard. There she be. Now, the two reasons I've pre-chopped everything. I watched the last South Ferriby video back, and it was like cooking with Michael J. Fox. I was shaking like a shitting dog, wasn't I? So I thought I'd chop a load of stuff, save on time, because you never know who's going to come down here. You might get red deer. You might get toothless junkie. I don't know. That's the beauty of urban cooking. Turn her back up. Right. We're at a crucial point, because this is probably my favourite part of the process, because there's one thing I love in life. It's browning mince, if you know what I mean. Come on, have a look at this. Look at that, that's beautiful. The chorizo's crisping up nicely. The onions are translucent. The mixture of herbs, which I've still got part 2 to put in. The red wine's burnt off, so let me just get rid of this pan. Pan lid. Pan lid, kid. Interesting fact about this pan. Just have a look at it. And it is made from Le Creuset, okay? Which are a very famous cast iron pan maker. So, the next bridge down, you've got Scunthorpe Tip, right? So I goes there about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm chucking some shit in the skip, and I noticed 2 of these. This one and a much bigger one. So they're a bit awkward down at Scunny Tip. The tip police, they don't like you taking out that them fuckers can have, you know what I mean? So I looked both ways. And I just couldn't reach. I got the first one, and my legs was dangling out, and this fucking bloke come. He says, "Do you want a hand?" I said, "Oh yeah, I can do, mate." He wasn't one of the staff, he was just a bloke chucking shit. So he held me while I grabbed the other pan. I says, "Can't believe that." I says, "We're in a box." Our lass has chucked him out, and he just went. You'll tell me how. So that was out of Scunny Tip. They're about 90 quid, them fuckers. So it's time for the tomatoes. 2 tins of. We've got some large vine ones. And we've got some chopped. Let's get them fired in. A few more herbs. It really is cooking. Alchemy. It's simple. You can do this at home, or you can do it where people take recreational drugs. It'll taste the same. Well, it won't actually, because I personally think that this will taste better because of the location. Right, good. Let's just try a bit of this. I think I bought a dud. Evaporated milk, yeah? So I opened it up. There's some in it. How does that work? It's not evaporated, has it? Oh, where have you been all my life? That's lovely. It's like it's a bit like banana milk shake. Fire some of that in. Perfect. Because at home I generally do put a bit of milk, as I do, a lot of people do, in my chili con carne. So, in the words of Tom Jones, it's not unusual. Let's get pan lid back on. Oh!
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope, a nope, nope, a nope. Probably never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Oh no.
Right, we need a bit of sauce. Worcester sauce. You can be quite liberal. It's all sort of stocky, innit? You know what I mean? Get rid of the tartness. We're adding a bit of tartness to combat the sweetness of the tomatoes and the starch. But I'm not a big fan of lemon. However, I was fucking struggling for the letter L, to be honest. Let's get a bit of this. The letter E. English mustard, yeah, none of that French shit. Couple of dollops of that. Get that fired in. It should get lost in the broth, I'm sure. I've had to keep evening up my trolley. I thought I'd chosen the right trolley, but there's 4 different trolleys to choose from here, and I've gone for your classic aluminium B&M. Yeah, it's very good. Plus, they do very good tramp juice. Right, this is important. The letter N I was really struggling with because I'd already got chilli, so I can't have Naga chilli. So I've gone for Nutella. I'm not a fan of it, but I did a chili con carne at home a while ago, and I put half a bar of chocolate in, and it added to it. It was lovely. So let's have a liberal dollop of Nigella. We all like a dollop of Nigella, don't we? Yeah. Especially Nigel when she was young. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh man, beautiful. Right, the last 2 ingredients, quite important. The old kidney beans, the letter K. Do like kidney, and it's not a chilli without kidney beans, is it? Some people use baked beans. I think they're people who live on council estates. But what I'm going to do, because I've had enough of chopping, we've got a Mr. Bojangles nervy day going today, so the less chopping the better. So I'm just going to break them up. Shiitake mushrooms from Japan. Just break them up, lob them in, and don't worry saying your hands are fucking filthy. Well, they're not, because I've got some wet wipes with me. So stop being a wet wipe, all right? Get them fired in. I could have used chestnut mushrooms, but I use a lettuce seed for my chilli. Well, that's going to be blinding, that. And the thing is, I've had to keep it fairly moderate temperature-wise, as in the spiciness, because my cameraman is a bit of a fanny. I don't like it hot. I don't like it hot. Oh, right. Shiitake in. Rubbish over there. Don't worry about it, thinking, you bloody scruffy bastard. I've brought a bin. So we're going to get these all mixed up nice, lob the last few herbs in. You notice today as well, just down here, yes, there is a fire pit. And I did cook in the wild at South Ferriby. However, this last couple of weeks in Scunthorpe in particular, there's been so many grass fires, and I thought, just take that out of the equation. Bring your pot, bring your stove, just to prove you can do this anywhere, can't you? Yeah. You know what I mean? Right, let's get the lid on, turn the temp down, and let's let that simmer for a little while. So I mentioned I can't have a tin of tramp juice with my food today. I'm on the strongest antibiotics going. We was doing a gig on Saturday, and it was in a big garden, couple of fields either side. And I was having a bit of a chat with my mates, bit of a slurp. And I gets back on stage and I'm going scratching like a bastard. I thought, what the fuck is that? Look here. So that had a tick attached to it. Yeah? And that. And that. So, of all the rambles I've done in shorts, whatever, all the places I've kept, I've never had a tick in my life, so I didn't know what it was. So I just went to scratch it, and the fucker won't come off. So I had to get the back of my vape and wedge it off like that. Didn't think no of it. Fuck me, Sunday, me fucking ankle ballooned up like Christopher Biggins. It was massive. So I thought, oh, that's not very good. And then somebody has to tell you about Lyme's disease. Fuck. Barely slept Sunday night. Monday morning, gets up, crack a dinner, A&E. I need to go to A&E. So Rach took me up, dropped me off. I walked in, bearing in mind it was about, 10:30 on a Monday. There was at least 80 people in A&E, and I went, fuck that. So I went home, phoned my doctors. They send this app where you put some pictures on. Anyway, cuts to, they've given me the strongest antibiotics just to combat Lyme's disease. Yeah. And you can't have alcohol for 21 fucking days. 21 days. That's longer. The last time I went without alcohol was 18 days and a breakfast when I was in Young Offenders. Yeah, and the first thing I did when I got out of there was 20 fags and a tin of McEwen's Export. So I can't have any grog for 21 days. And it's like, when I wake up, that's as good as my fucking day gets. It's shit. So I think the moral of the story is, Stay clear of ticks, really. Yeah, yeah. I think that must have what happened to Lewis Capaldi. Don't film me drinking pop. I'll lose subscribers. Get away. Look at that, I love that. Only in Scunny could you have a graffiti artist called Mardy. Right, so if anybody's watching this vid, which I'm sure they are, could you tell me who Peachy is? Yeah, I need to know who Peachy is, because apparently, Peachy says, fuck reform and all coppers are bastards. Yeah? So who's Peachy? Quite opinionated, which I'm all for, to be honest. We are good to go. Get in there. Get in there. Look at that. It's like a campfire chili. Brilliant. So I'm going to dish them up. I've just tried it, just the top bit. Not that spicy, but full of bloody flavour. If this was doing it for myself, it would have been hotter than a vindaloo. But the old cameraman, he does like to wear a skirt. There's one. I mean, that, look at that. That looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? Unbelievable. All done under an old railway bridge. I feel a bit guilty coming under here and doing something properly. It's normally used for nefarious activities. Just going to put lid on that a sec, because I need to put the lid on here. There's a lot of dandelion heads flying about, look. Or little fairies. Get a lid on, and then let's get some cheese on and get the bread in. Boom! Look at it. She's a chunky beast. To say there was quite a lot of wet shit in there. So the letter P for Scunthorpe. Little bit of pecorino, not too much, because we don't want to embellish the taste. I need to taste it. That was tricky. I tell you what, Scunthorpe Steelworks, BSC, every ingredient within that and nothing else. Thank fuck, is all I can say, that I wasn't doing a special outside the Tipex factory in Utoxeter. Right, we're in. I'm certainly getting the chocolate, possibly a tad over the top on the herbs. I put quite a bit of rosemary and thyme in, and some other bits and bobs. But that is lovely. It's thick. Normally when I do a chili con carne, it's not sloppy, but it's not as robust as that. I have to say I'm... Dijon mustard. The creaminess from the evaporated milk, that's a fucking winner, that's staying. If I would change anything out of that, not a massive fan of the old shit egg. You know what I mean? They're a bit fibrous. They don't sort of soak up like your chestnuts do. They're very waxy. And it's like, hang on. You can hear that, can't you? It's like chewing an oyster. Yeah, or a morning phlegm. That kind of texture. But I'll tell you what, that is lovely. It's fucking lush, isn't it? Even the bird's happy. Oh, come back. Come back. Do you know what I nearly forgot? I nearly forgot me Haladiki Greek olive bread. Fucking hell. It's an integral part of Scunthorpe. That's the letter H, for God's sake. Oh, no. Pick it up, 10-second rule. Yeah, that's decent. So that's laced with olives and rosemary. And it's a recipe from Greece, particularly the area called Haladiki. All right. It's a bit like a lighter version of a focaccia. Yeah. If my mate Ian Hill's watching this, none of this will mean fuck all to you because you can't even warm a pasty up without instructions. What a fanny. Let's get in there. Let's get some of that sauce. Oh, look at that. Look at it. The colour of it, the texture. Oh. Do you hear what I hear? That's my cameraman crying because he wants his dinner. So you fuck off, I'll go dish him some up, and we'll see you in a mo and tell you a few facts about the Steelworks. Oh, I got a food baby. So, hey, Scunthorpe Steelworks, I've even got a name for it. I called that my chat and choo-choo chili. Hey boss, you got me chat and choo-choo chili. Do you like that? You see what I did there? The chat and choo-choo chili. Because it was in homage to the Steelworks. Now, there used to be 3 works in my time, 3 major steelworks at Scunthorpe. In its height, the population of Scunny was about 72,000 at the time, and 26,000 people were employed at the steelworks, yeah? Now, there are 2,700. That is a... And it's supposed to be losing close to £1 million. I don't know whether it was a day or a week. I don't know. But anybody of my generation, certainly their fathers, their grandfathers, all earned the crust for their families in that steelworks. So good luck to the place. Long may it continue. Get the Chinese out because they're still in Tibet. They shouldn't be there either. Illegally occupying. Don't get me going on that. But I'm a big believer, particularly with this urban cooking malarkey, you should always leave no trace. And you should leave the place wherever you're cooking as you found it. Okay? So you saw what a shithole I come to. I've got to leave it like that. I can do this.